Hey, this is Jet, and what I'm going to talk to you today about is 3 essential things you need to know for communication. So, what you'll notice when you communicate with a lot of people is that they do not embody these 3 things that I'm going to tell you. For a long time, I struggled with this. Still to this day, I have to check myself before I wreck myself, because these things are absolutely critical if you're trying to either influence somebody, be somebody's friend, or you're just trying to seal a business deal or talk to a pretty girl or a pretty guy. So take these 3 big things and you will see massive improvement in not only in your social skills but in your entire life. So with that, the first one is going to be eye contact. Very, very key. It seems like everybody that I talk to seems to have darting eyes. They can't seem to focus. They can't seem to look deeply into someone's eye. They are darting around. They are on their phone. They're looking, constantly searching. No. If you have someone in front of you, look at them in the eye. Look deeply into their eyes. If you're standing there, you want to imagine as if there are lines from your eyeballs to one of their eyeballs. Pick an eyeball. If I'm staring at someone, typically I'll choose their left, which would be their right eye. So I look at them, choose an eye, and I just look deeply into their eyes. Keep it natural, relaxed eye contact, and just look at them and actively listen to what they're saying. Be blown away how many people are half listening. If you listen and you make eye contact with them, you're going to make a great impression. Not only that, but by giving somebody eye contact as you're communicating with them, you will you'll hit them much deeper. Every word that you say will have that punch to it. It will have that authority. It will have that strength, because everything that you say comes from your eyes. You cannot communicate with someone without looking into their eyes. Now, I'm not saying like you don't have to do that. You don't have to overkill it. I'd say it's about 80-20. 80% of the time you're looking into their eyes. Of course, look away, or if something's happening, pay it as much attention as you want. But if you want to give someone your full undivided attention, or if you're trying to influence someone, or if you're trying to become a friend with someone, or whatever your goal is, you don't even need a goal. You can just be a good human and just talk to somebody. But let's say you give good eye contact, that person's going to be very, very open to you. Very, very, very open to your communication, because they know you're listening, you're making good, steady eye contact. Do that. Watch the results. Pretty cool. Okay, second thing, it's going to be vocal projection. Okay, so this is very key. Many people, when they're talking, they are afraid. They're afraid to just scream out and really project themselves. A person who projects their voice is someone who has permission, who has given themselves permission to be heard by the world. Do this. It communicates very high value. Only a high value person could get away with speaking with such authority, with speaking loudly. I'm not telling you to scream. Don't scream, don't yell. You don't have to be like, "Hey, you!" Don't do that. "Who are you?" You don't have to do that. That's complete overkill. The idea is that you're talking through the person, okay? So think about martial arts. Now, martial arts, when they teach you to punch, they don't teach you to punch at the object. They teach you to punch through it. So imagine your voice is your punch, right? You're going to want to speak to the wall that is behind them, okay? You're going to speak out. You're going to be speaking through them, not right at them. And the thing is that when you first start doing this, it's going to feel a little unnatural, especially if you're someone who's just really, really quiet. You're just like, "Hey, hi, hey. No, this is going to have to be a conscious effort. And then over time, your body will start to realize that you now have given yourself authority, you've given yourself permission to be loud, to be clairvoyant, to be transparent, to speak to someone and through someone, and over time your voice will get louder. This is why when you meet a very powerful person, usually pretty loud, right? You can hear them from the one side of the room to the next. You can just hear them. They're booming. They're booming. And no one says anything about it. You know why? Because they gave themselves permission to be loud. Okay. Third thing is going to be vocal tonality. So, there's 3 levels of vocal tonality. You have trying for rapport, which goes up. So, an example of that would be like, hey, hi, how are you? Hey, can I borrow a pencil, please? Please, pretty please. Now, the thing with that is that when you're going up like that, what you're signifying is that you're lower than the person that you're talking to. It's literally you trying to get up to their level, right? You feel as if you're not worthy to be speaking to that person, okay? So don't talk like that. Don't be hitting those upper notes, right? When you say that, what you're saying on a physical level is that I'm not worthy enough to talk to you, but I'm going to try. Don't talk like that. Second one is going to be neutral, right? So neutral is like, kind of thinking like a robot. There's no like oomph behind what is being said. There's no you know? And it doesn't have to be like all rough, but neutral, for example, be like, eh, yeah, alright, yeah. Just very like, blah. There's no like, you don't feel anything. When you talk like that, you don't feel that whoa, woof. You don't have the roof behind it. Okay? Last one, and this is the way you want to be speaking, is downward tonality. So downward tonality is when the person is speaking like this. Hey, you. Who are you? Hey, what's your name? I'm Jet. What's your name? It's very oomph, very strong. You don't have to sound like Mr. Bravado if you're a woman watching this, or if you just have a voice that's very sensual, you can still speak like this. Imagine that you're just speaking to your friends. You speak to your friends in a downward tonality. It's not that you're saying you're better than your friends. It's not that at all. It's just when there is assumed familiarity, when there is familiarity within a group, that tonality comes out naturally. You'll tend to notice that when you're speaking up to people that you deem higher than yourself, and here's a big paradigm shift, when you realize that you are equal to everyone. Everyone is a human being. There is no one better than anyone else. These are just titles created by people. The moment you notice that is the moment that you are free. You can speak to anyone, the president, the prime minister, you know, think as high as you want, right? Maybe, you know, your boss or whoever. When you start speaking like this, people will take notice. They will take notice of you. They will like you. They'll realize that, hey, this is someone who understands me. It's the place you want to be. So that's the big 3. Eye contact, voice projection, vocal tonality. Do these things. Actively and consciously do these things. And over time, you'll become much more natural, much more fluid, and just part of the person that you are today. I commend you for making it to the end of the video. Thank you. Take this information that you learned here and instill it, execute it, make it part of who you are, and you will reap some massive benefits. So, that's all. Good fortune to you, my friend. One moment.